Hey guys, Matthew Movies here, and I've been tagged. I've been hit with the 10 Quirky Questions tag that was originally created by ShakeUrGeek, a channel that I'm subscribed to and I'm quite the fan of. And I was tagged by UnionJackGamer, who's a good buddy of mine on YouTube that I recently did a collaboration video with, which you could find in my YouTube upload history that I was actually quite proud of. I actually think it came out quite well. But anyways, they created... ShakeUrGeek created this this tag of 10 quirky questions, a lot that are based around video games and movies and TV and that kind of thing. And I've been tagged, so I'm gonna do it as quickly as I can because I don't want this thing to be 2 hours long. So the first question is, if you could name your child after any video game character, what would it be? And me being me, I'm not taking this thing super seriously, so I'm gonna go with Goro. I think, how awesome would it be with, like, if you were a kid and you met another kid named Goro, or like if if like 10 years down the line, 15 years down the line, whatever it is, you're a boss and a kid comes in and he hands in his resume saying Goro. That'd be freaking awesome. Favorite childhood food? I'm gonna go with lasagna. My aunt used to make this lasagna. I only ever had it a couple times, but it was bloody delicious. Which childhood book of yours still holds up to this day? I'm gonna say Lord of the Rings. It's not really, a children's. It's kind of a, well, Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. The Hobbit's kind of a children's book, but they're not really what a lot of people would think of as children's book. But I am the youngest sibling, so I kind of grew up reading what my brothers read. So I read that book younger than most people did. So that's the one that immediately comes to mind. Question 4: Simpsons or Futurama? I'm gonna go with Simpsons, just because I think they were better longer. Futurama, I think, has been more consistent. I love Futurama. I mean, that episode with the dog at the end is like the saddest thing ever. And there's so many great characters. I love Futurama, but Simpsons is always like one of my first loves. And my favorite character on that show is Gil. I think that guy's hilarious. I love the movie that he's based on too, Glengarry Glen Ross, but that was all a diatribe that had nothing to do with the question. So I'm gonna go on to the next one. It's a favorite video game voiceover work, and I gotta be honest, I'm not much of a gamer, so I'm kind of just skipping this one because I could just say something. Like I remember liking the voiceover and voiceover stuff in Vice City, but that's pretty much one of the few games that I can even think of as having a ton of voiceover that I ever played consistently. Which video game character do you relate to the most? I'd say Mario. I used to love Mario games as I was younger, and obviously I have to say princesses all the time. But no, he always seemed like a bit of a bigger character, and so most video games seem to have pretty thin guys or muscular guys or whatever. So obviously you're looking at me, that's not me, so I don't necessarily relate to them as much. Rainbows or unicorns? I'm going with rainbows because those are things I actually see in real life and are pretty cool to look at. Question 8. Which childhood movie of yours still holds up to this day? The Never-Ending Story. I love that movie. Loved it as a kid, and it's hilarious because I look back on it now, and that movie was clearly meant for it was a family movie, but man, that had some scary moments in it. Like that scene where Atreyu is walking down the path and he has to walk past the two statues that if they sense fear in him that they'll destroy him. My God, that's scary. And the wolf creature that's chasing after him is frightening as all get out. And then the moment where his horse just lets itself die, that movie's got some really grown up stuff in it, but it's an awesome movie, and I loved it as a kid, and yeah, that's my choice. Number 9, British accents or American accents? I'm going to go with the Brits. And more zombies or no zombies? I'm a huge zombie movie fan, and I'm going to say all of the zombies. Bring them all on. Now, obviously, it's like anything else. There's a lot of crap zombie stuff out there, but for all the crap, there's always good stuff coming out. So, yeah, I'm all for the zombies. I was a big fan ever since I was a kid. I just love the idea that I prefer kind of the old schooler, slow zombies, because I remember as a kid watching Night of the Living Dead, or not as a kid, but as a teen, let's say, watching Night of the Living Dead, where they're stuck in the house and it's kind of this impending doom coming in slowly all around them, and eventually it will overwhelm, and that's just such a freaky idea. So yeah, those are the 10 questions. I answered them as quickly as I can, and I'm supposed to tag 3 other people, so I'm going to tag Metal Nerd, just an all-around awesome dude. If you're not watching his stuff, you're really missing out. He does a lot of like unboxings and hunts and does some gaming stuff as well. Just a great guy. I'm also gonna do GamerPie2099. It's a younger kid, and he's just got so much personality, and he seems like such a sweetheart of a kid. And his little sister's always there with him, and he's always patient. I got nothing but love for that guy. That channel, he deserves lots more attention. And then the last one I'm going to do is one that I've never mentioned before, that I've recently discovered and become a big fan of, and it's Cletus Seldin Has No Life. Now it's funny, I want to talk about him anyways because I want to kind of get the word out about him within like the community that I usually am in. Because, like, you know, there's like a Funko community that all kind of sub to each other's channels and kind of support one another, and I've been a part of that community for a little while now, but I never heard of Cletus Seldin Has No Life up until recently. And there was like a link to one of his channels. I can't remember where I saw it. I checked out his video, and the guy is hilarious. He puts up like news about Funko that's really funny. I mean, the guy's just a character. He's got an awesome Funko collection. And one of the things that's kind of cool too is he's actually like an actual professional boxer. And like you can, after watching his channels, like I googled some of his fights, and like he's been on ESPN and TSN here in Canada. And the guy, yeah, honestly, if this is the first time you're hearing about him, please go check him out, because he's just he seems like a sweetheart of a dude as well, especially for a guy who punches people for a living. But yeah, like I love his channel, love it, like love his personality, and just guy's awesome. So yeah, check him out. All right, so that's it for me. That's my 10 quirky questions tag video. So yeah, have a nice day.